Hello, Internet. We are here today at Osiris Studio in Los Angeles, California. Uh, we are going to do a breakdown of my song Good For You. We're going to go into the Ableton session, look at some things, show you how I put the song together, thoughts behind it, how it started, and so on. So, yeah, and Cyrus Studio here is actually where the song was mastered by Michael Graves. Um, and let's get into it. So, a lot of times when I sit down to write songs, I don't actually have an idea ahead of time. I kind of just sit down and see what happens. That happens 99% of the time. So I just pull stuff out of thin air, and I know some people kind of have like voice notes that they have ahead of time. They have an idea in their head. I have none of that. I I sit down with nothing and just make something from scratch, and hopefully it sounds cool. A lot of times it sounds not good. Not good. It doesn't sound good. And and every now and then it sounds cool. And this was one of those times. So Good For You is the first song I've ever sang on as the lead vocalist. It's kind of a big deal for me and something I've been working towards, getting the confidence to kind of record myself and put me at the front of a song. I wrote the whole thing by myself. So another big accomplishment is something I've been wanting to do is kind of just be able to take a song from start to finish by myself, just giving myself the confidence to do that. Um, so let's get into it. The session you're looking at is Ableton, if you don't know. The green, I can't work if stuff is not labeled like this. I can't. I have to. I'm very visual, so if I can look across an entire arrangement, I can see what's missing, which sections need something. If I feel like a section's missing something, I can kind of just quickly visually look and see that stuff's missing from a certain type of sound, um, and just go that way. So green effects, anything that's kind of like non-musical that are kind of like sound effects, crashes, delays, laser delay, for instance. I'll play this. Things like that. I like using breath exhales a lot. Tension strings are kind of like one of my big things that I use a lot and that you might notice in a lot of different productions that I do. And yeah, that's transition sounds. Yeah. So my thought process behind effects is it's easy to get lazy and just paste the same crash across the entire song. But I at least like to have each section has its own effects. And if I do use them multiple times, I'll layer them with a new sound to kind of keep it interesting. So this song I started like back in November of last year. Actually, I believe it was in the studio that I was working and came up with it. Um, I had a demo that I kind of create. It's something that I do. I like to sit down for like 3 or 4 hours and just kind of go at it, see what happens. Um, and so for this was one of those instances. I usually like to have an A and a B section. On a good day, I'll get an A, B, and a C section. Um, and so not much changed. Not much changed from the course of the demo to the actual final product. Uh, I just kind of just polishing things up. Um, just making a lot of the ideas in the demo stayed. A lot of the sounds stayed. I was able to get the vocal melody idea down in that demo and build upon that. So even this intro part was very from the very beginning. All it is automating the tempo of the session. I think there's like a tension sound in there, like a reverse reverb of some of the sounds you're about to hear in the verse. Nothing too crazy. Someone said it sounded like they're entering a portal into another dimension. Like that description. Uh, so yeah, Let's take a look at the drums. This one started as a loop. A lot of times I'll use loops because I don't actually have a drum kit myself to play quickly, like there's nothing nearby. So a lot of times I'll just use a drum loop, chop it up. I think this one, for instance, it was kind of kick, snare, hi-hat. That was all one loop, and I'll always break it out. I'll take the kick out, I'll take the snare out. Just give me more control over everything. And so, I mean, there's nothing really crazy to it. It was just a cool sound. See the bus processing, Jesus. A lot of stuff going on here. It's probably just gonna get really quiet when I turn it off. Yeah, I don't endorse how I process things. Everyone does it a different way, and it's probably not the best way, but it's a little excessive. Maybe should be doing it at the stem level, making it sound better, but it is what it is. And that's it. There's nothing too crazy going on here. Just a loop. Got little reverb snare that comes in to kind of keep it interesting. And for the most part, the drums stayed the same the entire way. Pre-chorus adds a ride that you can't even hear. And then as it builds, we have a tom build going up into the chorus. Chorus section, again, surprisingly, this flanged drum loop. Can barely hear it. This is the mix session. I had to take off the bus processing, which is, again, insane. There's way too much stuff going on here. Just because my computer can't handle it. So it's not quite exactly sounding the same, but you get the gist. So yeah, moving on to the bass. This was one of the first things I think I came up with. I love this sound. So I got a Korg Minilog XD, and I made it a point to really only use a few instruments, 3 or 4 instruments for my songs. I like the idea of just having a small palette to work with. So this Minilog is literally all over this song, and we'll get to it as the sections go on. But this bass, just sounds very clean and big. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, played that in. You jump into the chorus. Originally it was just this live bass. It was kind of distorted, and I felt like it was still missing something to it. So adding in the Korg Minilog again, just kind of beefing it up a little bit. And that's just get repeated throughout the song. We'll jump over to the bridge right here. Again, more XD. So the demo originally just had this first layer right here, and again felt like it needed some more body to it, some weight, so just added this extra layer to it. And then into the third chorus. And as you can kind of see, the drum, things are progressively getting more and more as the song goes on. So third chorus is going to have the most layers in terms of the drums. And that's just kind of the idea of just building up towards a climax, towards the last chorus, and having that be the biggest moment of the song. I'm going to jump to the music. So again, some more Minilog. These keys. Just really soft, and I don't know, they just sound good to me. And so I think the chords are the same throughout the entire song. Nothing special. We jump over to the chorus though. So same preset from the mini log. You just open up the filter, and you can hear over here in the verse that it's kind of supposed to be filtered. Maybe not. Anyways, never mind. So yeah, into the chorus, we have put an octave on each side of these chords, just kind of fill up the space and make them a little bit more bigger. That's what they sound like. Kind of filling that upper frequency range, fill up the space. And nothing crazy, just, same thing over the 3 choruses. Jump to the synths. Synths I just have as like monophonic, single voice instruments. The keys are pretty much polyphonic, like chords and stuff like that. And so we have this melody here going into the pre-chorus, which I just really like a lot. This started out with. I think it was just a synth that could have been a guitar. But main layer is this. The second layer is this. Just kind of sparkly sound on top. Kind of hear it, but you miss it when it's gone. And this loopy synth I've always liked. It's just this weird thing going on in the background. You can kind of hear it going from side to side. And then into the second verse, got this cool FX laser tone thing. Again, the mini log. Also introducing a pedal. Just kind of building tension as the second verse progresses. Building up to the moment where it transitions into the pre. And second time around, drop out the drums. Just make it different, make it interesting, and then also cutting it in half, which in my thinking is kind of unexpected. You're thinking it's going to be twice as long, and then it just cuts and goes to the chorus. Also bringing in the loopy synth in the second pre, that didn't happen the first time around. So just some familiarity, and also just what's the word? But yeah, I can't remember. Just leading up into the second chorus, you kind of remember that sound and what's coming. This came at the end. This was kind of like one of the last things I added. I just felt like the chorus was missing something, kind of fill up the space, and that's just what this was. But kind of miss it when it's gone, one of those things. Yeah. Jumping over to the bridge. This was here from the demo. Usually I don't do bridges in the demo, but this one just kind of came together pretty easy. Again, everything is mini log. Got melody. Tension. This is kind of the sound that kind of holds it all together. It's just this single note just playing the entire time. But without it, it feels like something's missing. Another ARP. I'm big on the ARPs. Third chorus, just another addition to the third it's just little tension, buzzy sound sitting on top. Sitting there, something different, and then this post-chorus comes in with another part. It's also another good addition, just felt like it needed something, and then kind of close out the song. It felt nice. And yeah, that's it so far. We'll jump down to the vocals, and that'll be it. So like I said before, this is the first song that I've led vocals on, and it was kind of a big deal, kind of a scary moment, but I was actually kind of happy with how it turned out. And so the vocals, it's kind of, I think there's three layers to it of each. So yeah, these were comped from a lot of takes. This was not a single take. And so we got like a lead. I have it all flattened because my computer can't handle it, but there's like a lead, a double, and a triple affected, and then there's like left, right, and center over here, which is nice, airy. I don't know, I like that style, just really up there, and dreamy, airy, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this vocal melody came from the demo, and then the pre-chorus was new. It's probably my favorite part. With that melody in there in the background. That sounds really cool. And it's not often that I use, like, the verse and the pre, it's the same chords, same drums, just added that melody from the synth and changed up the vocal melody. It's not often that I have the verse and the pre-chorus kind of be the same, and just usually I change up the chord progression, stuff like that. So this one just kind of felt natural going into the chorus. And the chorus itself, kind of had the idea for this one in the demo as well. Yeah, the vocals were recorded over 2 days. It's hard when you record vocals over 2 days because your voice is always going to be different. So I tried to get it done in the first session, but I literally spend a few hours each song recording vocals just because I'm doing so many takes. And it kind of, but by the end of it, I'm kind of getting into the tone that I want. And so it takes me a while to get to that point. And then by that point, my voice is getting fatigued, and I'm just getting tired. So I kind of just had to quit and come back another day. But I was able to my ears, kind of get it pretty close. So yeah, this second verse came on a different day. Let's see if you can hear the difference. The first verse right here. Second verse. A little different, but that's how it goes. Yeah, what else is there? I'm trying to keep this short, but it's not. Vocal effects, just some reverb throws out here by themselves. This really cool moment right here. Or is it right here? Or what? Yeah, I like that. Alright, well, I'm running out of time. So, thanks for watching if you made it all the way through. It's the first time doing one of these, so hopefully they'll get better with each one. Till then, see you next time.